must have been for you to lose and then have to come back here today. How difficult was that?
I mean, it's difficult anytime you lose because, what was that, 10 seconds from making the finals? So it's something you just got to get over pretty fast. If I would have just let me carry that into today, then I probably wouldn't have ended where I was. I probably would have got 6.
Coming in here, right? I mean, kitchen sink guy, you know I love it, right? You've always been a kitchen sink guy since you were a youth guy.
Yeah.
But coming in here and being able to perform up to your standards, right? Mm-hmm. Last year, Dippin' Dots ×2 wasn't where you wanted to be, right?
Yeah, that's not where I wanted to end anyway last year. But this year, I feel like I developed and I grew up a little bit with my wrestling. I'm trying to put the best 7 minutes I can to win. So whatever that looks like, if it's a kitchen sink, if it's me holding position, if it's me having a sprint to go get one at the end, whatever it looks like, that's what I got to do.
So last year, torn ACL,
Yeah.
7-7. You go from that to 5th on the podium this year. How did that happen?
I mean, I think I just made big strides this summer. And I think a whole summer off really helps my wrestling because it makes you appreciate it more. When you're not going in there every day, you're just doing rehab, you're like itching to get back. But I think I learned a lot this whole past year, just growing up a little bit, like what I said earlier, just becoming more of a man with my wrestling.
Would you recommend that for more wrestlers to do that?
Oh yeah. I mean, depends what age, depends how much you love it. But I know time off for me makes me love it more. So this is a sport that I want to be involved in my whole life. So yeah.
Does your brother have a lot to do with that?
I think both my older brothers have a lot to do with that. I mean, those guys love the sport so much, it's hard to like match their energy with it, but it's like, I'm not them and they're not me, so I'm just trying to do what's best for me.
Especially with all the adversity Austin had to go through.
7 knee surgeries.
Right.
And I think I was on my 3rd this past spring, so yeah, just trying to stay healthy.
All the goofy COVID stuff, how many years do you have left now?
2 more years.
Because it's different for everybody. Everybody I talk to, talked to Berglund, he's like, yeah, I think I got another year. I don't know yet. I find out July 1st. Like, nobody knows. Yeah. Some guys just don't know, right?
Yeah, and I have 2 years left, and I expect to take them unless there's some kind of injury or something that like prohibits me from doing it. But I plan on using my last 2 years.
What was the harsh transition for you from Reynolds to Pitt, just high school to college wrestling? What was so difficult for you those first couple of years?
I think it was just not being the man. Like when you step in anywhere, it could be any program, it's like you're not going to be the man until, I mean, there's exceptions. There's guys like Spencer, there's guys like Yanni that step in and they're the man, but it's not like that everywhere. It's not like that for anyone else. Those guys are exceptions to the sport, but I think it was just taking my butt whoopings and just getting smarter with my wrestling.